Have you ever tried to work on a phone with a dying battery? It's frustrating, isn't it? Your phone can't perform at its best when it's running on empty. But believe it or not, your mind works the same way. If you don't recharge it regularly, it becomes less effective, less clear, and less powerful. But here's the good news: recharging your mind is in your hands. Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you gave your mind a break? I mean, truly gave it a chance to reset, to refresh, and to renew? We all know how crucial it is to care for our bodies. We go to the gym, we sleep, we eat healthy foods, but how many of us are equally intentional about feeding our minds? Mental burnout is as real as physical exhaustion, and yet most of us push through until we hit the wall. You see, recharging your mind doesn't require a vacation, a retreat, or a weekend away. It's about understanding one core truth: you control your mental energy. Just like you choose the food you eat, you can choose the thoughts you think. You decide the content you consume, the people you spend time with, and the environments you expose yourself to. These choices will either drain your energy or fill your mind with what it needs to thrive. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, where success is often measured by productivity and how many hours we work, mental self-care is often overlooked or underestimated. We are all familiar with physical self-care, going to the gym, eating healthy food, or getting enough sleep. However, our minds, our thoughts, emotions, and overall mental health often don't receive the same level of attention and care. Yet, it is the state of our minds that dictates how we experience life, how we perform in our work, and how we engage in relationships. Without proper mental self-care, we can easily find ourselves overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, and ultimately burnt out. Mental self-care is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It is the foundation on which our entire well-being rests. Just as we need to nourish our bodies to stay healthy, we need to nourish our minds. But what exactly is mental self-care, and why is it so essential? To answer this, we must first understand the complex nature of the mind and how it affects our lives. Mental self-care refers to the practice of consciously taking steps to maintain and improve your mental health. It involves actions, habits, and practices that keep the mind healthy, positive, and balanced. Much like physical self-care involves actions that maintain bodily health, mental self-care involves strategies that nurture emotional stability, cognitive clarity, and mental resilience. Mental self-care is not simply about avoiding stress or seeking relaxation, though that is certainly a part of it. It's also about creating an environment where positive mental habits can flourish. It's about being proactive in managing your emotional state, being conscious of the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind, and taking actions that contribute to your psychological well-being. The mind is a powerful tool. It can elevate you to great heights or hold you back from reaching your potential. Your thoughts and feelings determine how you perceive the world, how you react to challenges, and how you interact with others. When your mental health is neglected, it can have a profound impact on your overall quality of life. Why mental self-care is vital. The importance of mental self-care can be broken down into several key areas, all of which are interconnected. Taking care of your mind is not only beneficial for mental health, but for physical health, emotional well-being, and your ability to function effectively in all areas of life. Burnout is a condition that occurs when the body and mind are pushed to their limits without adequate rest or recovery. It's often the result of prolonged stress, exhaustion, and overwork. Burnout affects both the physical and mental aspects of well-being. People who experience burnout often feel overwhelmed, unmotivated, fatigued, and emotionally drained. Without proper mental self-care, it becomes much easier to slip into a state of burnout. When the mind is constantly in overdrive dealing with work pressures, personal challenges, or emotional distress, there's no space for recovery. Mental self-care helps prevent burnout by providing moments of pause, relaxation, and rejuvenation. It allows you to recharge, ensuring that you can continue to function effectively without depleting your mental energy. Emotional resilience is the ability to adapt to and bounce back from adversity, stress, and challenges. It's about being able to maintain a sense of balance, even when life gets difficult. Mental self-care practices like mindfulness, self-compassion, and emotional regulation enhance emotional resilience by helping individuals stay grounded and focused in the face of challenges. When we neglect our mental health, we become more vulnerable to emotional instability. Small setbacks can feel like insurmountable obstacles, and we may struggle to cope with stress. Practicing mental self-care, however, strengthens the emotional muscle, making it easier to manage negative emotions like anxiety, anger, and sadness. It enables you to handle life's difficulties with more clarity, calm, and control. Our mental state affects our cognitive abilities, our ability to think clearly, concentrate, problem solve, and make decisions. Mental self-care has a direct impact on cognitive function. When you care for your mind, it can focus better, process information more effectively, and perform complex tasks with ease. On the other hand, when mental health is neglected, cognitive abilities can become impaired. Stress, anxiety, and mental fatigue make it difficult to focus, think critically, or make sound decisions. Regular mental self-care practices like rest, relaxation, and mental breaks allow the mind to recharge, improving overall cognitive function and productivity. A positive mindset is crucial for overcoming obstacles and living a fulfilling life. When the mind is consistently nourished with positive thoughts, affirmations, and healthy beliefs, it becomes easier to view the world through an optimistic lens. Mental self-care is a tool for cultivating positivity by consciously choosing thoughts that empower rather than limit. In contrast, negative thought patterns such as self-doubt, criticism, and worry can erode your self-esteem and hinder your ability to succeed. Negative thinking perpetuates stress and anxiety, creating a vicious cycle of mental and emotional turmoil. By practicing mental self-care, you can break free from this cycle and train your mind to focus on the positive, the possibilities, and the solutions. The quality of your relationships is greatly influenced by the state of your mental health. When you take care of your mind, you're better able to communicate effectively, empathize with others, and manage conflict in a healthy way. On the other hand, if your mind is overwhelmed, stressed, or bogged down by negative emotions, it can be challenging to connect with others in meaningful ways. Mental self-care encourages self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and better communication skills, all of which are essential for building strong, healthy relationships. Whether in personal or professional settings, taking care of your mental health improves your ability to connect with others, fostering trust, cooperation, and mutual respect. There is a direct connection between the mind and body. Mental stress, anxiety, and negative emotions can manifest physically in the form of headaches, digestive issues, fatigue, and even more serious conditions like heart disease and hypertension. Taking care of your mind not only improves your mental health, but also promotes physical well-being. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and deep breathing have been shown to reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve overall physical health. In this way, mental self-care is not just an emotional or cognitive practice, it's also a physical one. By caring for your mind, you're directly contributing to your body's health and longevity. A well-rested, balanced mind is a productive mind. When the mind is properly recharged and nurtured, it can focus on tasks, process information quickly, and tackle challenges efficiently. Mental self-care practices help sharpen your concentration, enhance your creativity, and increase your overall productivity. On the other hand, a tired and overwhelmed mind becomes sluggish, distracted, and prone to mistakes. Without mental self-care, you risk working at suboptimal levels, even though you may be putting in long hours. Taking time to care for your mind enables you to be more effective and efficient in all areas of life, from work to personal projects to hobbies. Now that we've explored why mental self-care is so important, it's time to look at how we can incorporate it into our daily lives. Mental self-care is not a one-time activity, it's an ongoing practice that requires intention, commitment, and consistency. Here are some practical strategies to nurture your mental health. Practices like mindfulness and meditation allow you to stay present, reduce stress, and improve mental clarity. Even just a few minutes a day can make a significant difference in your mental well-being. Taking time to reflect on your thoughts and emotions helps you understand yourself better and manage your mental state. Journaling, therapy, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation are great ways to engage in self-reflection. Learning to say no and protecting your time and energy is a powerful form of mental self-care. Setting healthy boundaries with work, relationships, and social obligations helps you prevent burnout and preserve your mental health. Physical activity is not just for the body, it's also for the mind. Exercise boosts mood, reduces stress, and improves cognitive function. Make time for regular physical activity to benefit both your body and mind. Mental self-care includes ensuring that you get enough rest. Sleep is crucial for mental health, as it allows the brain to recharge and process emotions. In addition to sleep, relaxation activities like reading, listening to music, or spending time in nature help your mind recharge. Social support is vital for mental well-being. Spending time with friends, family, or like-minded individuals helps combat loneliness and fosters a sense of belonging. Positive relationships provide emotional support and contribute to a balanced mind. Creativity stimulates the mind and provides an outlet for emotions. Whether it's painting, writing, dancing, or playing an instrument, engaging in creative activities nurtures mental health and boosts emotional expression. If you're struggling with your mental health, seeking help from a therapist or counselor can be an essential part of mental self-care. Professionals can provide guidance, support, and strategies to help you manage your mental and emotional challenges effectively. In the modern world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, scattered, and constantly drained. With endless to-do lists, demands from work, relationships, and the constant barrage of information coming from our phones and screens, it often feels as though our mental energy is being consumed faster than we can replenish it. But here's the truth: your mental energy is yours to manage, and you have far more control over it than you may realize. Taking responsibility for your mental energy is one of the most important decisions you can make to live a life that is both fulfilling and sustainable. Our mental energy is not a limitless resource. Like any other form of energy, it can be depleted, but it can also be replenished. It's important to recognize that how we choose to use and preserve our mental energy has a profound effect on our ability to succeed, stay healthy, and maintain balance in our lives. By consciously managing and taking responsibility for our mental energy, we open ourselves up to greater potential, deeper focus, and a more resilient mindset. Mental energy refers to our cognitive resources, the ability to think clearly, focus, process information, and make decisions. It is the fuel that powers our thoughts, emotions, actions, and ultimately our lives. Just as a battery needs to be recharged to continue functioning at its best, our mental energy needs regular replenishment to perform optimally. However, unlike physical energy, mental energy is more complex because it is influenced by a combination of emotional, cognitive, and physical factors. Our thoughts, beliefs, and experiences all play a role in how we expend and restore mental energy. Some activities deplete mental energy rapidly, while others restore it and help us feel more centered and focused. This means that not only do we have to be aware of how much mental energy we are using, but also the quality of the energy we are giving to different areas of our lives. Why taking responsibility for your mental energy is essential. Ladies and gentlemen, taking responsibility for your mental energy is the first step towards self-mastery. In today's fast-paced world, external factors can easily influence our mental energy. Stress from work, conflicts in relationships, or information overload from social media can quickly drain us. Yet the key to thriving in such an environment lies in recognizing that you are the steward of your own mental resources. By managing your mental energy, you regain control over how you react to external stressors and how much mental bandwidth you have left to pursue your goals. Unlike physical strength, which can be replenished with food, water, and rest, mental energy is finite and needs to be managed more carefully. This means that every decision, every interaction, and every task we undertake consumes a certain amount of mental energy. The key here is recognizing that mental energy is a limited resource and being intentional about how we spend it. Think about a typical day. You wake up with a certain amount of mental energy, but by the end of the day, after handling work stress, family demands, social media distractions, and personal concerns, you may find yourself feeling drained and exhausted. This is because your mental energy has been used up by a variety of factors, many of which you may not even be aware of. When you take responsibility for your mental energy, you begin to prioritize the most important tasks and activities that fuel your mind, rather than letting trivial or unimportant things drain you. One of the most significant ways to manage your mental energy is to be selective about what you expose yourself to. In the digital age, we are constantly bombarded with information. News, social media, emails, advertisements, the list goes on. While some of this information can be helpful and inspiring, much of it can be overwhelming, negative, or distracting. By taking responsibility for your mental energy, you can choose what information and input you allow into your mind. For example, reading or listening to negative news all day can sap your energy, causing unnecessary anxiety and stress. On the other hand, intentionally consuming content that motivates you, educates you, or makes you feel inspired can rejuvenate your mind. You can also choose the people you surround yourself with. Some people bring positivity, energy, and support into your life, while others drain you with negativity, gossip, or emotional turbulence. The people you interact with on a daily basis directly impact your mental energy, and being mindful of this can help you conserve and protect it. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful ways to protect and preserve your mental energy. Boundaries act as filters, allowing only what serves you to enter and protecting you from unnecessary drains on your mental resources. Boundaries can apply to your work life, personal relationships, and even your digital consumption. For example, if you're constantly checking emails or responding to messages, you're depleting your mental energy by shifting your attention away from what matters most. By setting specific times to check your emails or social media, you prevent these distractions from draining your mental energy throughout the day. Similarly, if you find that certain people or relationships consistently cause you stress or emotional fatigue, it may be time to establish healthy boundaries. This doesn't mean cutting people off entirely, but rather communicating your needs and limiting the time and energy you invest in relationships that do not support your well-being. The importance of self-care and managing mental energy cannot be overstated. Just as you would take a break after a long day of physical work, it's essential to rest and recover mentally. Taking time for self-care allows your brain to recharge and restore its cognitive and emotional capacity. Self-care practices can take many forms depending on what rejuvenates you personally. This might include engaging in physical exercise, practicing mindfulness or meditation, getting enough sleep, or simply taking time to relax and disconnect. It can also involve activities that allow you to express creativity or pursue passions that bring joy. By intentionally carving out time for these activities, you replenish your mental energy and ensure that you can face the challenges of life with more clarity and focus. In addition to individual self-care, it's essential to recognize the importance of collective well-being. If you're working in a high-stress environment or are part of a demanding team, fostering a culture of mental well-being within the workplace or social group is crucial. Encouraging rest, work-life balance, and open communication helps to support everyone's mental energy, not just your own. Another important aspect of managing your mental energy is aligning your actions with activities that produce high levels of energy rather than those that drain it. We all have different activities that either fuel our energy or drain it, depending on our personal preferences and the tasks at hand. To take responsibility for your mental energy, it's essential to identify which activities are most energizing and which are most depleting. For instance, you may find that exercising in the morning or spending time outdoors in nature helps to restore your mental clarity. On the other hand, activities like spending excessive time on social media, engaging in pointless arguments, or multitasking excessively may drain your mental energy. By making a conscious effort to engage in high-energy activities, those that leave you feeling invigorated, motivated, and inspired, you can maximize your mental capacity and increase your productivity and focus throughout the day. This also involves saying no to activities that are not aligned with your goals or well-being, ensuring that your energy is spent on things that matter most. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, free from distractions and judgments. It's a powerful tool for taking responsibility for your mental energy because it encourages you to focus on the here and now rather than constantly worrying about the past or future. By practicing mindfulness, you create space for clarity and mental calmness. This reduces the impact of stress and negative emotions, helping you to preserve your mental energy for more productive and meaningful tasks. Additionally, mindfulness helps you become more aware of your mental state, allowing you to adjust your energy levels accordingly. If you feel depleted or overwhelmed, mindfulness can help you recognize when it's time to take a break and recharge. Just as physical clutter can create stress and distractions, mental clutter can also deplete your energy. Mental clutter refers to the constant stream of thoughts, ideas, and worries that occupy your mind, often leading to feelings of being overwhelmed. Taking responsibility for your mental energy involves actively decluttering your mind. This can be done through techniques like journaling, where you write down your thoughts to clear mental space, or practicing deep breathing exercises that promote relaxation. By making mental decluttering a regular practice, you create room for more clarity, focus, and calm, ultimately conserving your mental energy for what truly matters. So, taking responsibility for your mental energy is a practice that requires awareness, intention, and effort. It's about making conscious decisions on how to manage your thoughts, actions, and environment in ways that protect and restore your mental resources. When you take charge of your mental energy, you empower yourself to lead a more productive, balanced, and fulfilling life. It is not about avoiding challenges or stress, but about equipping yourself with the tools and mindset to handle them effectively and sustainably.